Welcome back to the Right Weed Podcast. I'm Assad. You can find me at Assad NBA on Twitter, and I'm joined as always by my three co-hosts. Starting it on my
I'm
left.
starting first today. My name is Will. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Bias Houston.
My name is Isaiah. You can find me on Twitter at user Jeezy Supremacy.
I would like to apologize to our editors ahead of time. My name is DeAndre, but I know my at is at Willems, WILLUMZ. Will, you know they've been saying you got to change your name, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
me
too. I can't.
It's
Man.
been like he's
My mama
actually
gave it to
Will.
me.
He's actually Will. I'm just my last name's Williams. But today's episode, we are continuing with the top 10 players at each position list. Friendly reminder that all injured players that are expected to either miss the entire season or majority of the season next year have been excluded from this list. Example, point guard list, it was Hallie and Dame. No spoilers, but the power forward list most likely will not have Jason Tatum on it for anybody because we don't
Yeah.
assume he's going to come back at all and play next year.
It's a projection list, so I feel like that's also the reason why we're doing it that way is because basically it's not just like what are the rankings as of
Yeah.
August 2025.
Yeah.
It's what do we think the rankings are going to be at the end of the 25-26 season. So that's why you're going to see a lot of young guys mentioned today.
Yep.
I think a lot of projection, and before people are like, "Oh, it's too soon to do that." It's like we're projecting.
Yeah.
It's a projection list.
I will say, and this is for my list, my criteria, and I think it's probably might be different from y'all. I am projecting where I think that they will play next year. So there's some guys that have been power forwards, quote unquote, for their careers. They're moving to a new team, and it looks like they're going to be playing the three. That's kind of what I was going on, where I think you'll log majority of their minutes.
Yeah.
Do we want to jump right into
Yeah,
it?
no, so quick like 10 seconds on my criteria. The way I defined a small forward is I think there's forwards in the leagues. I think it's clear when who's a guard, who's a forward, who's a center.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
Guards, forwards, bigs. If you're a forward who can scale up, you're a power forward to me. So if you're a forward who's sometimes playing at the 5, I think that's a power forward. If you're a forward who can scale down, you're a small forward to me. That's the way I define it. That's the way it makes sense
That's
in my
fair.
head. Right? Because I don't think there's, besides, I think maybe 2 or 3 guys, no one does 3, 4, and 5. You're either 3 and
Yeah.
a 4 or you're a 4
4
and a
and
5.
5, yeah.
So if you're in a 4 or 5, you're a power forward. If you're a 3 and a 4, you're a small forward.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, but we don't gotta get into that. We don't gotta get into that right now.
Yeah.
But
we actually are going to get into that
I'll get-
because
Is he on your
oh,
list?
I see your number one.
my number one small forward in the NBA next year is newly minted Houston Rockin' Kevin Durant.
Brought the whole list.
Like,
Oh my God.
Can I tell you why? Can I explain why?
No, before you, we in the group chat asked if Kevin Durant is a power forward or a small forward.
We did. I had a conversation yesterday with somebody about this, and he was like, dude, he's not going to be playing the 4 next year. Like 90% of his minutes are most likely going to be at the 3 in majority of his lineups with the Rockets. Starting lineup's probably going to include Jabari Smith Jr. Jabari's not a 3.
I don't know if that's set in stone yet, but
It might not be, but
if it's not Jabari, it's Tari.
I think-
Tari's not a 3 either. So
like every wing that we would have next to him is to your point, a scale up wing, quote
Yeah.
unquote, where they're going to be playing the 4. That's what they are. On the offensive end, he's essentially going to be playing shooting guard half the time. Like he's not going to be functioning as a power forward. He's not playing the nail. Another thing, he's not a rebounder anymore. I think rebounding is something I really looked at for differentiating between small forwards and power forwards. Kevin Durant's not a attack the offensive glass. He's a ball come off the rim, it comes to me rebounder on the defensive end. He's not a heavy box out guy. He functions as a 3. He's been forced to play the 4 and sometimes the 5 with the Phoenix Suns. I think next year with the double bigs that they're going to run, he's playing the 3. With the projected starting lineup, unless it's DFS, then you could, I think, have that argument whether he's a 3 or 4.
So that's a fair argument.
But,
I think the last few years, Kevin Durant has been asked to play center a lot,
Yeah.
especially with the
Yeah.
Phoenix Suns, because they had like basically Nurkic back there. Like they had almost nobody there
Yeah, they
playing
never.
center.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Uh,
can say
He
that.
was
I-
he's their best one too.
And I was gonna
That's
say,
the
and I
bad
do think it's a fair projection to say with Capella, Adams, and Shingun, and maybe Jabari
he's
spot
never
5
touching
minutes.
the spot.
He's never touching the 5 spot.
part. Yeah, I don't think he's touching
So-
the 5, and that was another
Nor
reason
should
for
he.
me where it's
Nor
like,
should he, yeah.
yeah, like we're not going to run small ball lineups with Kevin Durant at the 5. I think that we're going to run some jumbo lineups where KD might be playing the 2. So I think when
Yeah.
I took that into account, and I know it's a quote unquote numbers game. If he's playing the 2 on offense and the 4 on defense, 2 + 4 is 6. What's 6 divided by 2? He's a 3. This is what he is. Like
I mean,
he's-
based on my criteria, if he's scaling down, he's a small
Yeah, like
forward,
I think
so
more
I'll give it to you.
more or less he's gonna end up scaling down more for this team next year with how jumbo sized the Rockets play. So Kevin Durant is my number one small forward in basketball next year, playing the position he came into this league as. He will finish his career rightfully as a small forward.
I think
really
everybody
miss
else
that.
has him as a power forward, right?
Okay, but
Okay.
I will say,
Probably.
if he does count as a small forward, does anyone
Yeah,
think
he
that
will
they're
be
no-
considered.
he'll
as
be
his
yeah?
number
number
Does
one.
does
one.
anyone's
Yeah.
number one? Does anyone think their number one is better than
No.
KD? Because I don't.
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
One.
Fair enough.
Pretty.
Someone else go. I don't want to go.
I think let's go down the list. I think you have the same number one as me. Oh, no,
no,
you
he had him
don't.
as-
I
No,
don't
you
think I do.
I'll go first then. I have
Yeah.
Jaylen Williams as my number one small forward.
Yeah, that's one. Where did you go?
And I mean, I think we kind of talked a little bit about him last week, so I won't go too much into detail on it. But I do think that he's obviously very versatile. He plays a lot of different positions on the floor. He does a lot for their team, offensively and defensively. I think people don't really give him as much credit as he deserves for how good he was because he did struggle with that. Was it the hand injury he had in the
Yeah, he
playoffs
had a
last
Yeah.
year?
wrist
So
injury.
It was a wrist, right? I
Yeah.
think it was a wrist.
Yeah.
He had to get surgery on it.
yeah, and he was getting like shots. So
Yeah.
people didn't really, were kind of slandering him. But like he had some monster games from in the playoffs. They absolutely
40
would not
piece
have
in the finals.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
would not have won without Jaylen Williams. And like I said, a lot of this list is me projecting him. He is going into, was it year 4 now? 5?
One of the two.
4.
Year 4.
He's going
He's Jabari's year.
yeah,
So
so
year
he's
4.
going into year 4 now. So I'm expecting him to, he's still, 23 years old. He's going to get better this year. I am projecting that. I debated heavily. I won't spoil it because I need to jumbling my list around. I debated heavily him and some other guy at number 1, but I ultimately decided I think with the leap he's going to take and with how good he was for the Thunder last year, I put him at 1.
Who's your
Okay.
one?
So far, I will say your one was ineligible for me because I listed him as a shooting
Yeah.
guard. Your one was ineligible for me
He's
because
gonna
I
be
listed him
next
as
week.
power
Impressive.
forward, right? So, and I will say both of those guys would have been number one on my list, if I had ranked them. So don't dispute Jaylen Williams or Kevin Durant. I have another Jaylen as the number one.
Oh,
That's what I was debating. That's why I
Yeah,
debated.
as the small
We're-
forward, I have Finals MVP Jaylen Brown
we'll
as
talk
the
about it.
best
We'll
small
talk about it. We'll
forward
talk about it.
in the NBA right now. I think he's going to be asked to do a lot more next year. I do think while the Celtics, I don't expect them to be a good team next year, I still think that he's very impactful in what he does in terms of he's going to be basically their primary everything next year on offense. Is that a stretch to say? Besides point guard,
It's not,
like,
it's not
that a good
it's not a
thing?
stretch,
It's
but
not a good
it's
thing.
not a. We'll get into further more about Jaylen Brown. I think because
Yeah.
I know for a fact he don't got him one.
I know he
down
don't.
there.
I know he doesn't
I know
have
for
him
a
one.
fact he doesn't have one. And
Yeah.
I say this, I don't have him to spoil a little bit. I don't have him at 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also,
so-
I
Yeah,
debated
I don't
him
have
at
him
one.
at 1 or 2.
Okay,
so
but you didn't. You have KD. so
You have
let's-
KD at
He-
one, so that's easy.
okay, so I don't have him at 1, 2, or 3.
Okay.
So
Okay, so that's about where I
Okay,
got.
so-
it as well.
yeah,
Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Williams. Who's your number one?
I have a man Thompson as my number one.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm
I
gonna
love it. I
preface
love
this
it.
now since we're starting to
I had him last week for the record.
start the list. We're not. I think the small forward list more than any other list require projection both upwards and downward because all of the guys that are quote unquote the top small forwards in the league, just statistically speaking, outside of Jaylen Brown, they're all old, right?
They
We're
are.
talking about Kawhi, who's going to be 34. I think he's 34 right now. He'll be 35 next season. Jimmy Butler is 35 right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he might be.
He'll be 36 going into
Yeah.
the season.
He's gonna be 36. So, those are two names that are probably gonna pop up soon, but they're older, right? And just for the amend thing, I think that there's certain guys that have exponential growth from year 1 to year 2. And then when they have their quote unquote year 3 leap, it's normally, you're sub all-star, and then you just go from sub all-star to all NBA. And if we think he's gonna take like that jaw like Trey Young like trajectory of I'm just going from being outside the All-Star game to being like all NBA second team, you know what I mean? He should be the number one person on this list. I think if he takes that leap, he's far and away. I mean, outside of if you kind of like KD, he should be far and away the best small forward in the league. And so if we are doing projection, I feel like he should be number one on this list.
I have a minute too.
I don't have a man as high as you guys do. I agree with a lot of the points you made. I think with the role he's going to assume, I will say I think I had him as I debated back and forth between small forward and power forward with him. A reason I ended up putting him at small forward is there are going to be lineups where he's the 2, where he's the 1.
He's scaling down more often than
Yeah,
not.
but defensively, he is going to be scaling up at times and scaling out at the same time. It's going to be times where he's our POA. Going to be times where he's our rim pro, our backline, weak side rim pro. I still think that he's going to play some in the nail at times, depending on what lineup it is and what set. I think he's too versatile to say he's a guard, and he's too versatile to say he's a big wing. that's kind of what a small forward's always been, is that guy that's versatile. You can scale him up, you can scale him down. Um, I think I probably have him the lowest on the list of everyone
Yeah.
if we're
So can I ask you a question? You said because I think he's going to end up guarding more guards than wings.
I
'Cause
think it's gonna be lineup dependent for the most part to me. I
if we
think
played like
he'll play a lot of POA defense. I
if we
think that
played the
Yeah.
Lakers, he's going to guard Luca.
as he should, yeah.
Yeah. So like if we played the Warriors, he's going to guard Steph.
Yeah.
If we play,
But I think that's
I
more
think-
of just a best player type
Yeah,
of thing.
this thing because I
no,
think
not
if
necessarily.
I think if
There's
we
a team where,
play
what's
Do you
the
think
team?
there's a team
Besides,
where their
like,
best player isn't a
Jokic,
wing that he
yeah.
wouldn't
Like,
guard?
that's my thing. I think if we play the Magic, he's gonna get the Franz or Paolo assignment. I
Yep.
think if
Yeah,
we
no,
play
he won't get
like
Franz.
yeah,
But he's going to guard the smaller of those two guys. The larger one's going to get guarded by Bari, Tari.
like if we're
Yeah.
playing the Pacers without Hallie, I think he's guarding Siakam.
I don't think he would guard Siakam.
I think he
I
would.
think
yeah,
they're
I think
I think they're going to put.
yeah. I see
one
your
of
point
Bari
with
or
I see your
Zion
point with
Tari
like
on him.
Paolo. Like Amen's a large NBA basketball player, 6'7",
And I'm not saying he
220.
can't do it. I think he
Yeah,
could.
but
I'm
like
just saying, I
it'll
don't
probably
think
be
they
just
will.
matchup wise, right? I think for guys like the 4 is like a Siakam, the 4 is like a we'll get to those guys later on, but the Siakams of the world, the OG Anunobis, the Scotty Barnes, like I think that would be his matchup. Some of those like playmaking 4s, I guess you want to say, the more
Yeah.
on ball 4s, those guys will be his matchup. I don't project him to guard 5s, but at the same time, he can.
Good.
Like it'll probably be some possessions where he switched out on the 5 and Ime's not calling, scrambling
Yeah.
for a double team. He's all right, man. Let's see what you can do right
I think
here.
it just
So,
kind of speaks more to his versatility
Yeah.
as a defender that
Yeah.
Amen is kind of going to be asked to do whatever
Pretty
on any
much
given night.
everything.
Like I think it could change from quarter to quarter even. And real quick on that, man, he averaged 16 and 8 as a starter last year.
Yeah.
And I think that it's not unreasonable to think he makes a jump to like 20 and 10 this year, especially given
Yeah.
that he's
He's
probably
gonna
going
lead
to
the
be
team in
taking a lot of
minutes.
increased
Yeah.
usage. He led the team in minutes last
He
year,
led
I
the
believe.
league in
He's
minutes
gonna
after he started.
Yeah, he
starting.
almost led the whole league in minutes starting January onwards.
yeah,
I believe
yeah.
so.
Mhm.
Part of that, we had injuries going in with Şengün and things like that, so there were times where like you really couldn't rest him in. But I do think it also speaks to how much Coach Ime,
He may love.
I'm about to
him.
say,
yeah,
Ime just loves him, yeah.
Coach Ime really likes him in.
Yeah.
And with the increased usage, I don't think it's ridiculous to say he's going to have a 2010-5 season.
Yeah, he
just
could be
made
in that
just
ballpark.
made first team all defense. And if you're those two things, yeah, I mean, I'm looking at these names. It's not crazy for him to be
Where
on the
you
top
rank
of the
him
list.
on yours?
He's 2 on my
Okay.
list. So
So-
the only reason I have him
kinda
below
shocking, I'm
Jaylen
not
Brown
gonna
is
lie.
just I just gave a little bit of deference to
I
like
was gonna say I have another guy ahead of Jaylen Brown. That's not.
I
I recommended
gotta.
last
Yeah.
week. So
okay,
I
so
do too. Do you want who wants to get you? Amen's your 2. Who wants to get their 2 off
yeah, you
next?
can go.
yeah, you go
I mean,
for it.
I have Kawhi at 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't
I
be
have-
quiet.
Obviously, I KD 1. I have Jalen Williams at 2.
Okay.
So-
Yeah.
All right, so
That's
go-
valid.
So just go to your 3 now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
who's your
my
3?
my 3 is Kawhi.
Actually, I didn't say
Okay.
mine too. I
Yeah.
lied.
Who's your
My
2?
2 is Franz Wagner.
Whoa,
He's in that. He's in that.
Top 3
I will say that
high.
2 for me. It ended up being 2 through 4. Those guys were really close to me.
So, like I said, I debated very heavily between Jalen Williams, Franz Wagner, and Jaylen Brown. I was been decided that Jalen Williams was going to take the best spot, and then I did debate for a minute about did I want to give the position to Jaylen Brown or because I'll spoil it. Jaylen Brown is my number 3. I did debate, Franz and Jaylen Brown, but Franz averaged more points last year, more assists. He was more efficient. All the advanced analytics like him more than they like
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown. And I think that he is going to have, like I said, he is going into year 5 now, I believe. So I think he's still another guy who has another level to take his game to because of how young he is. And I do think that I think he had a good season last year. I think he's better than what his season suggests. And I think we're gonna see a lot of that going into next season. And so like I said, I'm projecting him to really take a huge leap this year. Like I could see a world where he is the best small forward in basketball next season.
Just for some stats on Franz Wagner, plus 14 on off and
Yeah.
plus 34 expected wins added per cleaning the glass. It's pretty nutty how
He's good.
important
Nah,
he
he's
was
incredibly impactful
to that
for
Magic team. And I do agree. Reason I went Kawhi over him,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
just
got Kawhi there.
obviously the injuries, the game time, he's gonna rest because they're preparing him for a 16-game season, not an 82-game season. It's just, man, when that dude does play, there's no question who on this list I'd rather have outside of Kevin Durant for me, but there's no question on this list who I'd rather have if I know I'm getting the very best of you. If I'm getting the very best of you, I want Kawhi Leonard because I still know what he is as an offensive player, as an ISO scorer, an underrated P&R playmaker that people don't talk about, an elite off-ball guy off the catch. Just what he does for an offense. Like we talk about all the time. when he goes aimbot mode, when the ball says like I find bottom of net and it's just 1-2 dribble pull-ups and it's the
Yeah.
worst shot you've ever seen, but it's Kawhi, so it's going in.
Yeah.
Those moments, it's like, how do you play this guy? How do you defend this guy? And I think for Franz, I'm still iffy on his pull-up shooting. And I think that's something that I'm intrigued to see what kind of leap he takes there. Eurobasket, it's been a bit up and down so far. It looks like he's changed his form a bit, gotten rid of that slight hitch he had, but I want to see how that translates to NBA basketball. And I guess to credit him, the lack of spacing that he plays with as well, I think at times will hurt his counting numbers. But yeah, I just went. I gave Kawhi the edge because I know what Kawhi Leonard is. He's gonna miss games, but when he plays those games, that team is damn good and it's damn
I'll say
good because of Kawhi.
Kawhi was my number 3. So I
Yeah, we all have a
wholeheartedly
pretty
agree. I
similar
was gonna say
top
so
three
far,
so far.
besides the Jaylen Williams because you didn't rank him as a shooting
Yeah,
guard,
yeah,
and the
and
Kevin
Kevin
Durant
Durant,
because
yeah.
you didn't rank him as
You
a
want
power
to be
forward.
different, bro.
I think I was gonna say y'all just do want to be different, but I think we all have like the same names we're kind of throwing out here. I was similarly torn with Kawhi and Amen because while I do expect Amen to take a leap this year, what Kawhi brings as a relatively like known commodity, especially from just a scoring perspective and an efficiency perspective, I do think has like crazy value. And it's not like he's a terrible defender now. I think when he locks in, he can still be a
He's
plus
still very good.
defender. Yeah. And it was just really the availability that got me. I think at the end of the day, if you ask me who I would rather have on my roster going into next season without knowing anything about them, and it's the same reason we had this Joel Embiid argument, we were
Yeah.
doing the top 10 players. I would rather take Amen over Kawhi
No.
just because I think Amen year 3 is probably playing a lot of games. He's gonna be healthy for the playoffs. He doesn't have a lingering degenerative knee issue that Kawhi does. And yeah, I agree with you though. At their peaks though,
Yeah.
Kawhi's topping my list.
Who do you guys have at 3?
I have
Yeah.
Franz.
You have
Franz
Franz?
at 3.
I had
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown at 3.
Jaylen Brown at 3. Okay. So I'll go 4. I have Franz at 4.
Wow.
So again, I think we're throwing around the same
Franz
names here.
is also my 4.
Franz is also your 4?
I have Kawhi Leonard
At
at
4.
4.
Okay. So
And I did want to say I did want the ISO on Kawhi Leonard. I think that Kawhi Leonard is probably the only superstar in the league that has no expectations, and it bothers me. And I know I think was it Real Talk he was talking about this. I agree with him. It bothers me that Kawhi Leonard, no other superstar gets the grace he gets. He has no expectations every year to win a ring, and when he falls short, he doesn't receive any slander for it. He got first rounded this year. Did we talk about that?
No,
If
not
Steph
really.
Curry got
They
first,
talked about what he did in the game too, though.
if Steph Curry got first rounded this year, we're still talking about that. LeBron did get first rounded. We talk about that. KD didn't make the playoffs. We talk about that. Kawhi Leonard got first rounded. Didn't speak about it. He blew a 3-1 lead in 2020 to the Nuggets. And I do think people need to remember just how like
that Clippers team was
that
stacked.
how stacked and how high of expectations that Clippers team
That
had.
was be the LA Bowl. I remember.
Yes,
that.
they were
Yeah.
supposed to go to the conference finals and square off with LeBron and AD, and it was like whoever wins that series is winning the whole thing. They didn't even get there. They blew a 3-1 lead to the Nuggets, and this is like, I mean, Jokic is obviously
I do think history looks on that series more favorably because it's Jokic on the other side. But Jokic wasn't
Oh,
Jokic.
yeah,
it
he
wasn't
wasn't
it was the
yeah.
baby Nuggets. They weren't
Yeah.
weren't
Jamal Murray was
They also
almost
came
the best
back
player
from a
that's
3-1
yeah, and I was
lead
saying
before that.
they blew
Yeah.
a 3-1. Like that's the part I think people don't understand. It's not only they lose, they blew a 3-1 lead. Like they were talking like they were going to go on to the conference finals win. People were talking about Kawhi as the best player in the league that season. Blew a 3-1 lead in the second round of the playoffs. And so yeah, I look at him. The reason why I did rank him at 4, though, even though I'm kind of crapping him right now, I do expect him kind of somewhat take a regression as he gets up there next because he's 34 years old. He doesn't play, and that's another
Yeah.
thing. His legacy is the only legacy that I think is aided by the fact that he does not play basketball. Like I saw somebody earlier today say, if he wins a ring, is he not over Kevin Durant? And to me, that
Oh, that's
implies.
outrageous.
I'll say
No,
that,
that's outrageous.
to
That's
me, that
ridiculous.
implies
That is
he's even
ridiculous.
That's
close to KD,
ridiculous.
and he's not. And I think because he gets put in these conversations, a lot of it's because it's the myth of Kawhi Leonard. It's what you guys said. It's when he does play, he's great. But that's the thing. He doesn't play that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's not like he doesn't have any blunders. I think his legacy also, to a degree, is inflated by the 2014 ring. I think the 2019 ring is undeniable. Won't even like try to argue that that wasn't anything less than like phenomenal. But 2014, I think he gets a bit gas because of that. People don't remember a year prior, his missed free throw was the reason they blew that series. He missed the free throw to put them up, which it wouldn't have mattered if Ray Allen hit that three or not. They would have lost the game. And once again, no one holds his hands to that. But Bron blowing, or not even blowing, Bron not winning a single game against the Warriors in 2018. So talk about that. James Harden couldn't beat the Warriors by himself. So talk about that. I saw somebody today, or not today, the other day, slandering Anthony Davis because he couldn't win with injured DeMarcus Cousins. Like Kawhi Leonard is the only guy who just gets a pass, and I don't get it. So
That's fair. If you're gonna hold someone, or you're gonna put him in those kind of conversations,
They
like
definitely do.
all
Yes.
decade
Yeah.
he gets
team,
put
all
in
those kind of things.
insane combos, and
Bro, I remember them talks out the game too against the Nuggets.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, people who put him in like the most insane combo. Let's like I'll say. Does anybody on this panel see anyone expecting the Clippers to win it this year? Like holding them to like
No.
championship or
It's
bust
just been
expectations?
the unction joke. That's
Yes.
really all it's been.
Yeah.
No one looks at the Clippers as if this is a championship or bust. But LeBron at this big age, nah, bro, you got to win in LA. Steph, you still got to win. People have said if KD does not win with this Rockets team, his legacy takes a hit.
Yeah.
All these other guys from that generation who were considered, all-time greats, they have to win this year. He doesn't. And I think that's crazy to me. So I'll let my play.
I agree. I do think he's been very sheltered as a player. I think a part of that is one starting in San Antonio and how it ended with a lot of the medical disagreements, I guess, from his medical team and the Spurs medical team. I think the league chose to look at him favorably after that. And then obviously that 2019 ring does hold a lot of weight. Like he got blood on that ring.
Does.
Like that's a ring that he had to fight for. I do agree with you. I think that, and we'll talk about this when we get to the NBA season preview with the Clippers. I think for a team that, although older, is that talented, the lack of conversation around what they should be doing, I think is a reflection on how little faith we do have in their best guy being there when it matters. And that has to mean something. I will say you might have walked me back. I might throw Franz over Kawhi. You might have walked me back.
expect Franz to grow his game this year. And I think Kawhi, as he
Might
gets
too,
up there in
OT.
age, is going to take some of
Because
the
again,
Yeah.
for me, it's not like a peak for peak of their powers.
Yes, it's still Kawhi.
It's still Kawhi,
Yeah.
but
He just don't play.
man, like he's probably gonna play what 45, 50 games next year because they're
I'll
gonna
say, didn't he
intentionally
play
rest
like
him.
30 games, 39 games last year? How many
No,
games?
he played. I think he played over 60, but for a lot of it, he was also like kind of ramping up. Actually, I don't
I don't
know.
think he played
No,
that.
I
that
don't
was
think
year
he
before.
played
That was
60.
year
He was
before.
on until
Look
what,
it up.
December?
Yeah.
I want to say he
Kawhi
might
Leonard
have.
played 37 games
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I'm
The year before is what you were describing, where he played 60 plus games.
Yeah,
but
he
it was like
also ramped up
it was
for
only
that.
Kawhi like post February.
I was going to say, and then we talk about what he did in game 2 this year. We don't talk about what he did after that, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't happen.
I was gonna
So,
say in the availability argument, I mean, Kawhi was there this year. He played all 7 games of that series,
Yeah.
and he was on the court in that elimination game. I think Harden gets a lot of flack for it, deservedly.
Harden gets
Gets
more
the
this
most
year.
flack.
Yeah, I said Harden gets more, and it's Kawhi's
Which is
team.
yeah, that's the thing. Kawhi is known as the best player on that team, yet Harden kind of gets more flack. Kawhi also wasn't hooping exactly down the stretch of that series. so.
Wasn't.
I do think this is probably where the list starts to deviate a little bit. I think
Oh,
we've been throwing
so-
around.
Let's recap. One
So-
through four.
Well, obviously my 1 KD, 2 Jalen Williams, 3 Kawhi Leonard. Or I'm gonna swap it. 3 Franz Wagner. You convinced me. 4 Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. So
Did you say Jaylen Brown yet?
No.
okay. So not all the same names. Jaylen Brown, Amen Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, Franz Wagner.
Easy.
I have Jalen Williams, Franz Wagner, Jaylen Brown, and then Kawhi Leonard at my 4.
I have Amen Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, Franz Wagner, and then I had Jaylen Brown at 4.
Okay. So
Very
We're gonna
reluctantly.
start back
You go
here.
number 5
Who's your
first.
5?
I have Amen Thompson at 5.
okay.
You have
I'm not mad at that.
I'm
I mean,
not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that
I
at
have
all.
Amen.
well, you don't have Jaylen Brown ranked yet. Never mind.
He's in ranked Jaylen Brown.
I have
You
not
don't
ranked him.
think
Lie.
I guess you expect Franz to be better than Amen next year?
Yeah, he's just gonna have more responsibility,
Okay,
and
that's
I
fair.
still think that I agree with you guys that Amen is going to take a leap. I disagree with you saying all NBA leap, simply because it's a role that he has not played since he was 18 years old. Like he's gonna be asked to play secondary ball handler at times, sometimes primary ball
Does
handler.
Franz make the All-Star team this year?
Yeah, if
Yeah,
he
and they
should.
for sure.
He
Well,
should.
that's how
I
you
think
start.
I think he makes an. If the Magic are as good as I think they are, I
They're
think he
going
makes an
to.
All NBA.
Actually, no, he is going to start. Actually,
Yeah, like I think he's an.
All-NBA
I think he's an All NBA guy. If the Magic are a top 3 seed, the way I think they should be, I
East is
think.
wide open.
I
They
think
they
he'll
made that
be-
Desmond Bane acquisition. They
yeah,
should be in the
like
conversation.
I think we're speaking of Franz as the best player on that team. I still don't think he's viewed that way.
He is.
He's
Let
the
me
best
honest,
player
he
on
is
that
their
team.
best player.
I agree.
And we'll get to that in the Power Forward episode.
Yeah.
But he's clearly the best player on that team. The reason I love him in Thompson, I love him. Excellent CFC. We like that, man. But I still think that there's going to be a bit of struggle with his handle. I don't think he's fully ready to just say like, oh, it's just going to hit the ground running. Like there's going to be games where He's moving too fast and the ball doesn't want to go with him. I think there's
Yeah.
going to be less games like that than we've seen in the past, but I expect him to be a pretty high turnover guy. I'm being completely honest with increased on-ball usage. I think his turnovers are going to ramp up. I do expect the scoring, the rebounding to be a bit better. I will say I think the defense will still be elite. The volume at which it's elite, I think, will go down
probably
because
will
he's
be.
tasked to do more offensively too. So I'm yet to see how he'll adjust to that. We talk about two-way guys a lot, and a lot of two-way guys are built off reputation of we know they can play defense, but we know they have to have 25% usage on offense. If there's one guy I think that can genuinely do both, it's like I call him a black Viltrumite for a reason. Like we don't know what that guy's limits are for real. So I think that he does have a shot to do it, but it's kind of I believe in you, but I kind of know what these guys are above you, and I know their baseline. And I don't necessarily know your baseline in the role we're going to see you in. It's only so much projection I can do, at least for a 1-year projection for a Thompson. This was a
That's fair.
long-term list. This was a next 5 years. He's number one by and far away from me, but just simply next season, I have him at 5.
Do you? I'll ask this. Let's go with what us was saying earlier, right? If we'll say like 29-5, because I don't know if he gets 10 rebounds, because the nature of our team. If he's 29-5, with we'll say he's not deep.
I'll say 20 and
Um,
5 are the two big jumps there. I think
Yeah,
9
that's-
rebounds.
yeah,
yeah, that's whatever.
But that's
right?
I believe off the top of my head, it's like a 4-point increase and then
Yeah,
like
4-point
a
increase
2
and
assist
like
increase.
1.5 assist increase
Yeah.
or something like that. So yeah, if he's 29-5, and let's say he's not like top 3 depoy, but he's still
First team all
NBA.
defense again.
Yeah. Which I mean, we probably will because we'll probably have like a top 3 defense in the
Yeah.
league. So somebody's
Yeah.
gonna make first team, right? One, do you think that is like an all-star, like
Yeah.
low all NBA guy? And
Yeah.
two, I'm blanking on the 3 names you had after KD. But
KD, Jalen Williams, Kawhi. KD, Jalen Williams, Franz, Kawhi, then a minute.
Okay, so do you think that player, right? Not projecting anything like outlier or anything, just that player, could be above like Kawhi?
I think he could be above. If it is legit like 29-5, first team all level defense, yes. I don't think he'll average 29-5 next year, if I'm completely honest. I think with the nature of this team, I expect Şengün to take a leap. And we'll talk about that in the center episode. I think he's gonna take another leap. He's gonna demand more on-ball usage. Obviously you had Kevin Durant to the team. I think he'll end up being around like 18, 8 and 5. Like I think the scoring won't be as prolific as some people expect it to be. And I think for the nature of this team, that probably would be better. Because that means I can make sure
Yeah.
that you're that guy on defense that I know you still can be, and exert more energy on that end of the floor. So I just think the scoring aspect of it is what's holding me back a bit. Because when we do run into the top 5, top 7 defenses, they're gonna go double under on him still until he proves forget a pull up 3, make a pull up midi consistently. And he had decent numbers on pull up midis last year, but we're talking like 0.6 attempts a
Yeah.
game.
No, that's very
So until that part of his game ramps up to where I can see it night in, night out, I think the guys above him against the top 10 defenses, when we go to not Denver per se, but when we go to
OKC.
yeah, when we go to a OKC, when we go to a Miami, which Miami's defense is a bit reputation defense at this point. But when we go to these certain places that are going to scheme for him, how are you going to adjust to that scheme in that increased role? So that's the only reason. I love him in Thompson, though. I think top 5 small forward next year should be the baseline for him.
Yeah, he should be that.
Because dudes that smart and that athletic don't fail. That's my line of demarcation for him. He's, I think, the best athlete in the NBA right now. And I think there's an argument he's one of the 5 best athletes the league's ever seen. And I think because of how flashy the athleticism is, people discredit how good of a processor he is, how high feel he is, and how he weaponizes his athleticism with that processing speed and with that feel for the game. I've yet to see somebody with that combination fail. And not just fail, but fail to be an all NBA type of player. So
You just don't know if it's gonna be next year.
I just think next
Okay.
year might just be a year too soon.
I can understand that. My number 5, I'm curious if you guys even ranked him as a small forward. I have Trey Murphy.
I did rank him as a small forward.
He's not in my top 10.
He's
He's not in your
That's
top
not
10.
my
you consider him a small forward. He's not in your top 10.
Okay, so Trey
Boy, oh
Murphy.
boy, them on off stink.
On off stink.
Them on off
Alright.
stink, man.
Hey, Trey Murphy
on my list,
he's
not
I think one of the best floor spacers in the NBA right now. He shoots
Yeah,
from
easily.
Yucatan and shoots like insane percentages consistently. And then I think he averaged almost 25 points a game last year.
Mhm.
I expect him to continue to improve at that pace. I think the contract they have him on is a steal.
It
He's
is.
making, I think, what it's like 20 million. It's like
I think it's like
Yeah.
28.
yeah, less than 30 mil. While there's guys out there getting paid way more than that. I was gonna say De'Aaron Fox, Jaylen Brown, guys on this list getting paid way more than
Getting
that.
paid half,
Uh,
bro.
Anyway, I think Trey Murphy's gonna have a really, really good season, even though the Pelicans have their own issues. I think he's a top 5 small forward.
I'll go next. I have Jimmy Butler at 5.
Yeah, I had Jimmy at
Yeah,
5 as well.
and I think that I do factor in for him getting up there in age. He'll probably see some regression in
He's gonna be
that.
36 at the start of the season, I
Yeah.
think.
But
Yeah.
I mean, he was still really good for the Warriors last season. He was I think a lot of people were kind of fooled by the fact they were the 7th seed last year. They were not a 7th seed team. They were a lot better than that.
Once they added Jimmy,
Yeah, and I'll say he was the reason for that. That turnaround they saw post trade deadline for acquiring Jimmy Butler was the huge reason for that. I think I could argue to you that maybe outside of Jalen Williams, I think he's the best playmaker on this list that I have. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Outside
I
of
think he's
Jalen,
probably better
and you
than
can also I
Jalen
think you could
Brown.
argue he's better than Jalen Williams. I was going to say I think you could argue. I think it's one of those two guys. So he's still a really good playmaker. He still has insanely high feel for the game. We saw the chemistry between him and Steph, and I still think Steph Curry has a lot to give the game going into next season. So yeah, I still have Jimmy Butler as a top 5 small forward.
who's your 5? Also Jimmy,
Yeah, I
right?
had Jimmy. Yeah.
Okay, so then we can kick it to 6.
My 6 is Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is
I
the
don't,
6th.
I don't hate that.
Can I get an ISO on this real
I don't
quick?
hate that.
You got it.
I just want to ISO on this real quick. By every advanced metrics on one of the best teams the NBA has seen for the past 5 seasons, he is either a +1 or less in every single lineup, every single adjusted advanced analytic. His on-offs this past season was -0.08 on the Celtics, had a -2 relative to shooting,
So
and
bad.
this is with him being a secondary guy to one of the best and most important and most heavily defended players in the NBA in Jason Tatum. You mean to tell me that guy next year, who we know has clear deficiencies on the ball, has deficiencies off the ball, has issues creating for himself at times, has issues being effective in an offense that is catered to be effective. That guy is going to be with a vastly worse team, and he's going to be ramping up his on-ball usage. I don't think it's gonna
I'm
look.
not hating
His
hard
counting
enough, bro.
stats are probably gonna be like 26, 7, and
Vicious,
5.
like,
It's gonna be really, really nice counting stats. 55 true
I'm about
shooting.
to have a 1-to-1.
Like it's
Yeah,
gonna be, it's gonna be really, really nasty. And I've said this for years. I think he's the 3rd best player on the Celtics, and I think depending on the night, you could argue 4th most important. It's just he's always been the one guy for me at the contract they paid him for the role that he has. It's a you can find something better than Jaylen Brown. Like I genuinely think that the Celtics should not have given him that money. I get why you did. You pay the guys.
I mean,
that
it
win you the
worked
title.
out. They
It's
won
a good
I'm gonna say
fit.
they won a title. You got to pay the guys that win you one. I understand that, but it just feels like there's so many better players in that role, whether it be at point guard, shooting guard, or small forward, that would just fit so much better with that team. Like genuinely so much better. And again, dude, if you were a negative with Jason Tatum, if you were a negative with Drew Holiday, negative with Derek White, negative with
He's been a
Porzingis,
negative, the
negative with Al
whole
Horford,
time,
if you're a
dude.
negative the entire time of this team becoming a legitimate force to be reckoned with for 6
I'm about to
seasons
say, you
now,
can circle back all the way to like 2020.
it's his rookie season is when you can go back. And I don't want to discredit him as an early NBA player. He's more established now, obviously, but it's just negative after negative after negative in terms of his on-offs. And at some point, man, I know folks like, oh, nerds are ruining basketball. Kevin Durant, I've seen this week's gang. Like I get it. Like you can't view the game as just all analytics, but they don't lie.
Yeah,
And
especially not
they
that
can't be
long, with that
lying
many
for
minutes.
they can't be lying for 5 straight years when you got 1,500 plus logged minutes each year. Like at some point, I got to look and say, dude, they're just better with you off the
minutes
floor.
at this point.
So that's the reason I have him, I guess, lower compared to everybody. Not even, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had him at 4. You know what? I'm not gonna lie, Dre. You encouraging me to hate more because I really should have had him lower, bro. Like I'm not. Yeah, first of all, everything you said is 100% spot on, dude. And like you said, I think sometimes you can say on-offs are misleading. Like if you go by a 1-year sample size, bench units, stuff like that, it can skew the numbers a little bit. But I mean, it's been that way since, like you said, like 2020.
Yeah.
And in 2020, he was an all-star caliber player. So it wasn't like we talking about a role player. So literally the entire time that he's been an all-star caliber player, his on-offs have been negative. Mind you, we're talking about a team that's +7, +8, +10. I think this year they were +9. How are you consistently a negative on a team that has a top 5 net rating in the league? And so, yeah, I just his on-offs are like very DeRozan-esque.
Do you want to since for the past 3 seasons -6.2, -8.9,
Jeez Louise,
minus
man. Yeah, I'm
best
not
year
gonna lie. I
recently,
gotta. I'm
-0.8.
amending my list, bro. He gotta drop down, bro. I ain't gonna.
Because when I looked at it and I'm like, man, like is he better than Franz Wagner? I don't think
No.
so. Do I think he'll be better than Ben Thompson next year? I don't think so. Is he better than Kawhi Leonard? No. Is he better than Jalen Williams? Hell no. Like you just list the players that you have above him and say they're more valuable, they're more consistent, they're more versatile, they're more efficient. Like it's just why should I just put him top 3? Because he's got a contract and he's on a good team.
Accolades. Listen, I know everyone's like, oh, accolades don't matter, this like
He
that.
wasn't good when he got the accolades.
Franz has
dude.
never been an All-Star. Kawhi hasn't made the All-Star team in 2 years. Amen has never made the All-Star game. Jaylen Brown's made the All-Star game each of the last 3 years.
Tell
and
me what
he's
his
made the
final
All-NBA
stats
He's a
team.
Finals MVP.
Tell me what
And he's a Finals MVP.
Tell me what his final stats were.
He won the
Finals
MVP.
It's just, and even then in the finals, man, the on-offs in the finals weren't great. They
Finals
weren't,
MVP.
Finals
like-
MVP.
And I
Alright,
get it, the finals MVP stuff, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just he's not
Okay,
a better
we
basketball
should
player.
keep it pushing. My number 6 is
But did you say your 5 yet?
Yeah, I had Jimmy.
Okay.
yeah, Jimmy. Your 6
Yeah.
was yeah.
My 6 is Jaylen Brown.
My number 6 is a projection pick, but coming out of Duke
Heck,
is
dude.
the number
no,
1
dude.
overall pick.
Heck no, dude.
I
I
think
don't hate it.
I think Cooper Flagg is going to be the
Heck
6th
no.
best
He's
small
on my
forward in the
list,
league
but
this
this
year.
is
Heck
high.
no.
He's on my list, but this is
I
I'll
don't
stand
think
with you,
I
gang.
do not. Okay, so a big part of that is I don't expect anyone 7 down to average more than 20 points a game.
He's not averaging 20 points per game.
He's not getting to 20, but I think
He
he's-
might.
I
ain't
think
gonna lie.
I was
Are we
gonna
sure
say,
he not averaging
I
20?
think
Like
Cooper
17.
Cooper Flagg's coming in at 17,
Hey,
18
who's
points a
stopping him
game.
from averaging
Also,
20?
this is real quick. I think he's coming in 17, 18 points a game.
Tax.
I think Cooper Flagg's making an all defensive team this year.
Follow
No,
up.
he's
No,
not. Not
nah,
his
no,
rookie.
no, no.
Yeah,
I think he's making one.
He's tweaking. He's
Yeah,
tweaking.
no, he's
Zach.
I
not
think
as
he's
a
making one
He's
this year.
not as a
That-
rookie. Not as a rookie. No.
You did that.
Do you think Dallas is going to be a good
Yeah,
enough
also
defense?
the defense gonna be that good. It was AD.
I think they're going to be like a
First
top
of the season.
10 defense, but I mean, if they're just like number 10, they're going to give the all defensive tag.
Look at some of the names that sneak onto all defense every year, and tell me
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg's not gonna be better.
But the thing with that
He
is,
won't be a better defender than Tumani Kamara, either of the Thompson twins.
I mean, how good was Portland's defense last year?
yeah, that's a really good. But my point is, if you're gonna, because if they're a top like 10 defense, right, and they have an all defensive guy, it's probably gonna default to AD. So in order for you to have multiple guys on the all defensive team, we're talking about you got to be like a top.
I mean, that's assuming AD's eligible.
So you know what? That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
I don't think he's made.
He's
it.
on
But if
my
he's not
list,
eligible,
man.
they probably not a top 10
Because
defense.
like you
Nah.
haven't said Jimmy yet.
So Jimmy's my 7.
Man,
But
heck no, bro.
I'll go on a Jimmy Butler rant, but I want to
Okay,
let everyone do their 6
you
first.
have so he's going to average what, like 17, 6, and 3.
Yeah, what do you think Jimmy Butler was averaging on the Warriors?
No, I was gonna say, but on what efficiency? On
what efficiency?
for Cooper Flagg?
As
His
a rookie,
is a rookie.
As a
rookie, mind you.
We're like 50,
He might sneak like
55.
close to league average.
It's gonna be like 55, 56.
Again, how efficient do you think Jimmy was?
Jimmy Butler was like 62, 63.
Yeah, he was
He
incredible.
was really efficient. He just didn't shoot the
I mean,
ball.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
ball player, Bucky,
he didn't
but
shoot the
he's
ball
efficient.
much. He had
He's
like
also
okay,
a really good playmaker relative to role and position.
Yeah.
okay, so that's my thing with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's a role player now.
He's a really good role player. I mean, that's why.
Yeah, I was about to
that's
say, he
why.
is a good one.
That's why he's number 5 on my list and not number 1 through 4.
Yeah,
He's a
but
really good
I
role
think
player.
I think not only is he a role player now, if we're projecting here, how good did Jimmy Butler look down the stretch of that season in the playoff games? He had like 1 or 2 good games.
He
in
also
the playoffs.
did get injured.
but- Okay, what do you think's gonna happen when he's age 36?
I'm sorry with you. I think
No,
that
he's
is a
gonna.
good
He's
point.
That's what I'm saying.
but that's also why he's not.
Like he
His
had.
list 2 years ago. He's like undisputably top 3.
I agree, but that's 2 years ago.
I'll say, bro, he was 18, 5, and 5 on 63.
I think you discredit how nasty the rookie wall is for everybody. Like this is a guy that's
different though.
He's
bro.
never
I
played-
think Cooper Flagg's a
he's-
generational pro.
Wemby was generational too. Look at his. I might say look at his
He
numbers.
averaged like 20 and 10.
Look at his numbers after the third.
And also, that was also on a team
It's
that,
just-
that
it's the
allowed
truth,
him to
though.
go out there and just shot.
Yeah,
stuff.
like,
he's on
it's-
the Mavericks
yeah.
team that like.
I ain't gonna.
Yeah,
Are they
but-
not going to lie?
I'm not gonna lie. Who is getting in?
I'll say
in
Kyrie's banged up right now, but Anthony Davis is in theory supposed to be there. He's gonna get hurt at some point. in
Anthony,
time.
yeah, but Anthony
But-
Davis is not going to be going out there self-creating shots,
He's
taking
not. But
like
he's going to be
25 a
he's
game.
going to be the first option. On that
They
team.
they have a team full of like established guys.
Yes. Now,
Like,
Klay Thompson
he's
is
not.
established.
I think that's the.
Yeah, but again,
I don't
Klay
wanna
Thompson's
turn
not a
this
guy that's going going to go
I
out
don't
there
wanna
and
turn
chuck
Scott
shots.
He's not, but I
Cooper
think these
Flagg.
are guys who are going to prevent him from going out there and shot chucking.
Yeah, but I think that's good for Cooper
Yeah, it
Flagg.
is.
That there's not like this weight of expectation of him going out taking 17, 18 shots a game. Like he'll probably be around like 13 shots
DJ
a
Washington's
game.
still at a roster.
He'll probably be like somewhat efficient for a rookie on rookie level efficiency.
I mean,
like
he's probably going to be
56
taking all
true
the shooting
shooting.
shots.
Like
I don't know if
I
off
can't say
rips.
like 17, 6, and
Oh.
4 on 56 true
I don't know,
shooting.
does he even get that?
I mean, who's
on
supplanting
form?
Like the
him?
rookie slumps he's gonna have is gonna be
I don't
better
know.
than
'Cause
like,
you know-
I have. Who do y'all have at 6? Before we get into
I
Yeah.
have Trey Murphy at 6.
Okay.
okay.
Ooh, I have Brandon Ingram at 6.
You
He's
know
not-
what's
he's not in
funny
my
is
top 10.
I just knew you weren't going to rank him.
Brandon Ingram's one of my
I
top
have
10.
mine.
Yeah, he's not in my top 10.
He's in mine. Okay.
Oh.
Locked in, twin. We locked in, twin. Come
I
on,
was
man.
going to say,
Okay.
real quick to the Trey Murphy thing, because I do think that you are. I don't understand how you. Why is Brandon Ingram better than Trey Murphy?
Can I give you stats?
I'll say 'cause-
like genuine stats.
I'll say Trey Murphy is 21, 5, and 4
Yeah,
on
I'll take it
60
after
true
you.
shooting. On
So I don't want to. I guess I'm
No,
spoiling my list.
better
But
defender as well.
I have Jimmy at 7, Brandon Ingram at 8, and I was very, very iffy on putting Brandon Ingram on this list because the narrative around him is that he's a loser. He gets that Zach LaVine tag a lot. It's not that case with him. Since 2019, he has 12 plus lineups with 100 plus minutes. Guess how many of them are positive? 11 out of the 12.
Everyone besides the one was
And guess which one is a negative? The
Zion?
one that has Derek Favors in it.
Oh,
Like he is genuinely a good basketball player when
No,
he's on
I
the court.
agree, yeah.
His teams are always better. To the Zion point, BI no Zion +6. Zion no BI +0.1. Like he has genuinely been the best player on a consistent night-to-night basis for his teams the past 5 seasons. He's routinely 23, 5, and 5 on 58 true shooting. He's a genuine self-creator, a way better playmaker than people give him credit
very
for.
underrated.
Reason he's 8 on my list is because he's a cone. Like it's times where he just
I was
does not
gonna
try.
say, I feel like
Like he's a cone. He about 58 true shooting. For
no,
most
he's
part.
not.
Last year was 54. It was
last
bad.
year-
Yeah, I was
It was-
gonna say
I'll
his
say he-
efficiency
Last year was
falling off a
54.
cliff.
He got hurt last year though, so I'm
I was
I'm
gonna
gonna
say,
give him a bit of grace there.
He's been hovering around the 55 to 58 true shooting range. He's not
My problem with Brandon
I kind of
Ingram-
live with
my,
that.
My
for-
problem with
for
Brandon
his
Ingram-
shot diet and what he provides.
I mean,
to
that's
his
big.
No,
team.
no,
he
shot
takes a
diet.
bunch of long
Kinda
twos.
cool.
I was saying, can we stop on shot diet for a second? Brandon Ingram is a player from like the early 2000s that has like transposed himself into today's game because he doesn't take pull-up threes. He doesn't take catch and shoot threes. He doesn't go to the rim. He's all contested tough twos.
And it looks
And you're-
beautiful.
And
It's
he's
beautiful.
not Kevin Durant.
I mean, but still, like 2019, 20, 58-7. Next year, 58-4. Had a down year in 21, 55-4, 58-2, 57-8.
That's kinda-
On 23, 5, and 5 for the
On
most
top of
part.
that, he's
in
also
the
not the kind of guy who strikes me as his health is getting any better.
Yeah, that's another
That's a
problem.
fair
The
point.
availability is
That's
also
a
huge
fair
issue.
point.
My thing is he's not good enough and he's not available enough for me to put him top 10. That was my logic.
I mean,
I will say, like,
my
he's
thing-
played. Last year he was hurt, but his
And he's a cone.
62,
Like,
61. Again, like the
he
reason
doesn't guard at all.
him being I'm gonna be honest, and y'all keep speaking about Trey Murphy. I'm not gonna lie, gang. Please watch his
Yeah,
defensive end.
kinda-
He's not a
He's not a. I'm not gonna say he's a
cone.
cone.
yeah, he's not a
I'm not
not
gonna
a
go.
cone.
I'm not gonna throw the cone word out there. He might be one
he's
of them.
not Herb Jones.
I ain't gonna hold you.
but real
He
quick,
a
real quick.
pop up defender though. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, bro.
but Trey Murphy is easily the worst defender on my
You would
list.
rather have Trey Murphy
Like,
on your team than Brandon
Yeah,
Ingram.
that's my point.
Lie to me.
Am I starting from scratch or do I have
It doesn't
somebody?
matter.
It doesn't
Nah,
matter.
if I would
That's
rather.
fine.
think-
If
I
you're
think
starting
if I
from
start-
scratch, you're not taking
I'm a-
Brandon Ingram
dude,
either.
I'm
I'm
a-
No.
starting from
I'm gonna be,
scratch. I
dude.
want Trey Murphy.
They played together. Check them on offs with Trey Murphy on the floor and with Brandon Ingram on the floor, dude. Like Brandon Ingram was the best player on those
I
Pelicans
know what
teams,
Paul will
dude.
put on Twitter next week, man. 'cause
Like
boy,
he was the best player on those Pelicans
Very
teams,
good.
dude. Like I get like NBA Twitter loves Trey Murphy. They see the deep threes. He catches a body every now and then, dude. Like
Well,
he's
great.
not one. He can't dribble. Trey Murphy can't
He's a role
dribble.
player.
He can't self create at all. He's a 3-and-D specialist, and the defense is kind of and he takes 1 to 2 dribble pull ups. He can't isolate. He can't run a pick and roll.
What kind of specialist is Brandon Ingram?
He's excellent at the
Well, he's
P&R,
a pretty
excellent at
solid floor
ISO.
raiser, I'm not
No,
gonna
no
lie.
funny.
I mean, I
Point
like
nine-
B.I.
hold on. 0.95 points possession or higher in every single major play type across the past 4 years. Like there's everything that we try and say about Brandon Ingram isn't true.
No, I like B.I.
Like it's dead just not true
I don't know
about
why
him,
you
we
have him over Trey
You don't
Murphy,
get to the
but
rim. You don't get to the line. You don't.
We can
shoot
keep it
threes.
moving,
I
man.
chalk players like that.
we-
23, 5, and
As
5.
a rule of thumb, I chalk players like that.
let's keep moving. Rose.
But he was your 8.
He's my 8. So
Okay. Who's-
we brought Brandon Ingram up, so I just want
Who's your 8?
no, we skipped because he hasn't said.
Oh, I have
his-
us at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
I have,
we're behind on.
So do
time.
I need to say 7 and 8?
Say 7 and 8, and then
Okay, I
you
have-
said 7, right? Well,
everybody say
I-
their say.
I did not say
Yeah.
7.
just say 6, 7, 8.
Okay,
everyone.
I had Brandon Ingram 6, OG Anunoby 7, and Cooper Flag 8.
Okay. I didn't list OG.
Cooper
I
Flagg,
counted
my
OG as a
top
power
ten.
Yeah, he
forward.
played in like 90% of his minutes.
I consider OG.
What's your
I-
6, 7, 8?
I
Will?
put him at the
My 6 is Trey Murphy. My 7 is Mikal. My 8 is OG.
Okay.
Mikal Bridges.
Mikal over OG?
Yes.
Dude, he stinks.
Mikhail's not in my top 10.
Yeah, he's not in my top 15.
So you didn't rank.
Lord.
He's not in your top 15.
Mikal Bridges sucks, dude. He's a bad basketball player. He sucks.
Top 15.
Not in my top 15, dude.
Okay, but
I-
he's
I
He's a
have
bad
him at
basketball
10.
player. He's horrible.
You have him at 10?
Yeah, I have.
He's not in my top 10.
Oh.
Wouldn't even
I
close to that.
had Flagg at 6, Butler at 7. I have Jaylen Johnson at 8.
I
had him
consider
as
him
a
a
four.
4. He's a
Power
4 for me.
Ah.
Because I had Ricochet as a 3, so I put him at the 4.
Okay.
I love Jaylen Johnson.
Basketball reference.
He has like
listed at a
90% of his minutes. See, that was the thing because I looked it
Yeah.
up and he's listed as small forward. But if you go look at the play-by-play, 90% of his minutes, like every season, is power forward minutes. So they lied about
I mean,
his.
but I ain't gonna lie, if
consistency.
he was a 3, I would have him.
Yeah,
he
I-
did.
yeah,
He
that's
for
the
sure
thing,
be my
yeah,
top
for
Honestly, I
ten.
feel like
Wasn't.
the rankings at this point, I think, is going to get a little bit.
It's gonna be based off
because
positional
I
list.
will say, like OG, if I counted OG, I'm not mad at this
Yeah,
spot
he'd
for
be up,
OG
yeah.
either. Yeah,
This is
like,
about the range.
This is about the range he'd be for me as well. I just didn't consider him a small forward.
Valid.
I same feelings for Jaylen Johnson on y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
it's
it's
up
the
there.
same tier. Okay, so let's just go to 9, starting from you.
My 9 is Cooper Flagg.
Mine's Jaden
Cooper
McDaniels.
Flagg at 9.
You know, I debated putting Jaden
Is who?
McDaniels in my top 10.
Jaden
but
McDaniels.
He doesn't do enough offensively for me to put him there. I have Laurie Markin at 9.
Well, yeah,
I put him. I counted Laurie as a power forward.
Yeah, I got him as a 3.
I think
Ah.
it's a 4.
He's on my 3s list. He was just outside the top 10.
Oh,
He's a 4 for me.
I was gonna say now. I do think that the reason why he's 9 and not maybe like 2 years ago, he probably would have been flirting with top 5. He regressed last year, bro. I had him on fantasy and he was selling it week after week. And I think that I'm kind of pat myself on the back here. I predicted this, bro. I said 2 years ago, I'm like, bro, I would have sold high on him when he was on that contract that he was on.
yeah, they
When he was playing out of his mind, bro. He was like 25, 26 on like
great efficiency.
was it like 60
Excellent.
plus?
It was like
true
64.
Excellent.
yeah, bro,
Yeah.
it was insane, bro. Like to me, that was the most obvious. You sell high on this guy and run away with like. I mean, we saw what Mikal Bridges went for, which I'm a bit higher on him than DeAndre's, but I agree, he's not that great. We saw what Mikal went for.
Yeah, he not
What,
4
what do you think Laurie Markkinen at that
Yeah,
time
definitely
on that
would've.
contract would have went for? So
Yeah,
I think it's a,
honestly.
probably would have got you more.
Yeah.
I think it's a shame that they've not cashed out on him at the time they
Yeah.
did, and I mean,
his contract's pretty bad now too.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck with him. I'm gonna
That
be
that 2-year max is nasty.
he's kind of there. So
My issue with Laurie Markkinen is just he doesn't do anything stuff creating wise.
Nope.
He's
Yeah.
One of the
Purely-
best
That's why he's
play
not.
finishers in
But that's the
league.
problem.
One
When
of
you're
the best.
purely a play finisher and you're also not a good defender, he's not a good rebounder. He's not a good self creator. It's not like he drives to the rim a lot. It's not like he gets to the free throw line. You're the definition of a role player, play finisher who also doesn't play defense. I can find a guy that does that role and also gives me other aspects. Like your 18 points a game on like insane efficiency is great, but I would rather have someone give me 25 on worse efficiency, if that makes sense. Like just
Yeah.
when he's actually hitting a pull up 3 every now and then, or like self creating a shot and getting to the rim. Like he just doesn't do anything self creation wise, and that's why it's kind of irks me. Like I can't
that's why he's
have him that high. Yeah.
Who's your 9?
Trey Murphy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
No, I had some pushback on Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, that's
that's
a
high.
little
He-
high.
he's in
That
my-
is
I
crazy.
He's
think
on my list.
I
but
think
that's high.
down the
I'm-
stretch of last season, I think his offense was trending up. I think he had a down shooting year for
He was good in the playoffs.
yeah, but I think he was good in the playoffs. I think it's not crazy to me to think that his offense ticks back up next year, and I think his defense kind of speaks for itself.
When
He's made
you
an
say
all-defensive
takes
team.
back up, what does that entail?
Well, I'm not saying he's gonna shoot 40% from 3 again, but I think he's gonna become a positive shooter again.
I
at the
mean, more
least.
so his volume.
So you have him over some.
because
I would.
if
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken, and someone can like b-ball
Oh,
reference
you
me
gonna
very
hate my
quickly.
9 and 10.
I don't
Yeah.
think Jaden McDaniels is average over like 13 a game.
It might be like.
I don't even think
he's
he's
like
average over
14.
12, if I'm not mistaken. I could be
And
wrong
then
on
I'll say
that.
the
But
efficiency on it is not the.
yeah, he's
Not
also
great, dude.
had like pretty mid.
That's it. That's
yeah,
what.
12, 10, 12 last 3 seasons.
And
So
that's-
he's
that's
never
why-
averaged over 12.
Because I ended up making a list of like 16 names. He's number 15 on mine. I debated putting him in the top 10, but I was like, he's just not as good of an offensive player.
I mean,
Yeah.
bro,
It's
it's,
different.
like, what is
Man,
My
you
thing
hate
is,
my
it's
what
just-
does he do
he's-
outside
on
of
your
No,
dunking?
he's not my 10. He's not my 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You gonna hate
he's
my
not in
10.
my top 10 either.
Have you
I'm
said
not-
your 9 yet?
Cooper Flagg.
Oh.
okay.
I don't think.
Ooh.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it a whole stack on the flag point. You had him too high, but he is going to be.
Like, y'all 2 spots apart,
Great.
gang.
Now, he had him at 6, right?
I had him at 6.
Yeah.
I got him at 9.
Oh, okay.
So like I think he'll. I look at
My
other
bad,
guys
3
like
spots.
in the guys in this conversation, the Jaden McDaniels, the Zachary Risaches, the Laurie Markkinens, the Mikal Bridges. Like you look at those guys, and it's
I can't believe Mikhail's
I think he's going to be better than those
Yeah,
guys.
give me
next year.
Cooper
Like,
Flagg, I
I
ain't
think
gonna lie.
Cooper
Yeah.
Flagg, especially by the end of the season next year, by game 82, assuming the Mavs are in play-in, playoff contention, game 82, Cooper Flagg, after a year of NBA experience under his belt, it's going to be a problem to handle. And I think we do throw around generational tag too much. That's what they
He's
look like.
generational.
Like
Yeah,
he is a
he is.
generational prospect.
I
and
just think he's the
I think he's
opportunity.
gonna.
Like I said, he's not. The Mavericks aren't.
I mean, but
The
some of like
Mavericks,
is
but-
Mikal Bridges getting opportunities?
And he averaged like 22 last year.
Did he?
Wouldn't it like?
Nah, game. That
He-
was. a
I don't think
Brooklyn-
he did, bro.
Not next to Jalen Brunson
That
and
was a
Cat, dude.
Brooklyn game.
It was
My fault.
17. I want to say.
If you run, it was 18.
Yeah, so like I think it was. I'm gonna say he was 18, 3 and 4.
18.
I'm gonna say it was 18, 3 and 4, and we vastly
man.
overrate Mikal Bridges'
Doesn't he be a
defense.
better defender? I mean,
Like,
I'm
I
not
think
mad
Flagg
at that.
couldn't
I'm not-
outdo
Yeah.
like
I think he's gonna be a way
the
better
guys in that range.
No, he's gonna be.
Oh,
way
he.
better.
Yeah, he's gonna be a way better.
Honestly, I'm not mad at that. I'm not changing my list. But not made my top 10.
Who's okay? Y'all said your nines already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine was Lori. Yeah.
Lori. Okay, so 10.
Very heavy predictions.
Mine's also very heavy.
The
predictions.
other twin playing now in Detroit.
I also have a Asar
Asar
Thompson. Let's
Thompson.
go.
I got Asar
I like
Thompson
that.
at 10.
All right, we're throwing Pistons fans.
I
above
think-
I
here.
kind of want to change my
Okay.
list.
I
I'm not
think
gonna
that
lie,
he
bro.
is going to be one of the 3 best defenders in basketball next
Yep.
season. And I think the value that he's going to have there, I think he'll continue to grow on the offensive end. He's a monster in transition. I think his fit next to Cade on the defensive end has already showed to be fantastic. I know people just pull up that Jalen Brunson clip. And but other than that, man,
He
like
doing
he
that to a lot
was
of people.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson was doing that to a lot of people.
That's more credit to Jalen Brunson. Than
than it is to I think he'll be first team on defense next year. That's
Yeah, he
I-
definitely.
so-
he
so
definitely
let me
gonna
take-
be Cooks.
If he played enough games, he was going to be
Yeah.
standing next to a man on first
Yeah.
team this year.
like
I swear he
think,
was.
Yeah, I think he's a first team on defense guy. I think he gets up to about 14-ish
Might get
points
some
per
decoy
game.
votes.
Yeah.
like,
Deserved ones too.
Yeah, like I think that he's going to be one of the best defenders in basketball. And I think he's going to take
change my list.
he's going to take a sizable enough offensive leap to where when I look at him versus a Laurie, a Mikal, a guy I was thinking about is Zachary Reese-Shea and MPJ, like guys in that realm. I just think he'll be more impactful from those guys if he takes the leap that I think he'll take. If he just stays the same defender, like if he just
Yep.
stays the same level defender, and I think
And just
he's-
healthy.
yeah, and stays healthy, and I think he'll take another year of experience under his belt and grow as a defender, and that's a scary sight to think about in and of itself.
And that's my biggest thing with Asar. I feel like people completely overlook him because of his blood clot issue and stuff he had to deal with. He's literally going to be in depoy convos right next to Amen. I think coming out of the draft, I had him as a better defender than Amen. I think he's a little bit more disciplined. Amen gambles a little more than he does. And I still think they're on those same tiers today. I think people have been putting Amen, I think, way higher than him, which I think, frankly, is ridiculous. Because if you watch the Pistons last year, he's doing almost everything for them defensively. Like, everything.
Yeah.
And while Amen is kind of blocked from his rebounding potential on our team, the Pistons don't have that problem. I think there's a real world where he comes out averaging like 12-12 next year while being like top.
I don't think he touches 12 boards is a lot. I don't think he touches 12-12, but
I think it's in the. I think
ain't
he can average double double.
Duran's a really good rebounder. That's one thing.
Duran is a really good rebounder.
Does really well. So.
Offensive rebounder.
But I
But
agree
do you think
with-
a double double is out of the question?
Yeah, 10 rebounds.
Average
10 rebounds a
double-double,
game is a lot. Like 10 boards a game is as a guy who the thing that's going to hold him back from averaging more rebounds is he's POA for them.
Yeah, that's true.
Like he's their point of attack defender. He does so much for them defensively.
He doesn't get the
um,
defensive board.
But he is a POA guy for them. But I just think the value that he's going to provide, POA defense, weak side defense, nail defender, like he's so good defensively. He's got to cut down on the foul problem. He fouls a lot.
His screen nav, I think,
yes.
is the best in the entire NBA.
Yeah, he's got excellent
I don't
screen.
know
Like,
if that's a
he's-
hot take.
He's so good defensively. So I think that if he takes the offensive leap, I think he can take. If he's 14, 6, and 3, I'll say, first team on defense the way I think he is, I think that's the 10th best small forward.
And I think when we're at this tier of player, like these Jaden McDaniels, Asars, the names you were throwing out, I'll say, but the names we're throwing out, I think if you're going to be like top 5 in the league at something, I think that does kind of come at a premium. And I do project him to be a top 5 defender next year and be first team all defense if he's healthy.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So this is the Thompson tape.
Yeah.
Who's over?
Asar.
I had Mikal Bridges at 10, but
Ugh.
y'all have
Mario.
low-key, y'all have convinced me to swap him out, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Who you gonna put?
I would put Asar at 10.
Put Asar? Hey,
Yeah, I'm
converted
swap.
one.
Propaganda.
Hey, can I put him
yes.
over Jaylen Brown, bro?
How far is Jalen
I'm
Brown
gonna say,
falling on your
is he
list?
falling at 10?
Yo, he started this
He might.
podcast at what, 4?
Is he better than Jimmy? Is he gonna be better than Coop?
We started this
Eh.
podcast with I think Jaylen Brown at 4 on his list. He's gonna end it like
overrated.
4
I didn't
something.
hate enough, bro. I was inspired
Who's
by
your 10?
DeAndre's speech.
Charlotte FC. I gave y'all Brandon Miller.
Oh, ew. Ew.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. For a second, he
Ew.
was my number 10, so I can't say
I
nothing about
gave
that.
him Brandon Miller at 10. I think it's like a leap next year. I think a lot of why he did not look what you wanted him to. I mean, he got hurt last year. He didn't play. Now, even then, I think it was what 2022 on 54 true shooting last year. Even with him barely playing, this next year will be his year 3. And if that guy is anything of the guy that Hornets fans have been cussing me out over for the last 2 years, he should be the top. He should be the 10th best
I
small
see the
forward.
play.
This is gonna sound like so like loser
see
in the
the play
comments
here,
might
bro.
kill me. I for part of this list, I went on 2K to see like what 2K had him listed at. 2K has him listed as shooting guards. I was like, I'm not gonna put him on the small forward list.
Dang, so you don't think he's top 10
I
either
think I-
position?
I think I might have to make this my thing. But if you can't shoot pull up twos, or if you can't get to the rim, you don't shoot pull up threes, and you don't get free throws, I'm chalking you.
I mean, y'all know
he still pull up threes.
I'm not the
Kinda.
highest on Brandon Miller notoriously, but I think he can with a year 3 leap that he should hopefully take. You know, maybe it might be a bit slower because he missed a lot of last season. Say he's number 10. I mean, because the other option, and y'all can hate me for it, was I was deciding between one of Brandon Ingram and Michael Porter Jr. And I was like, I don't know if I could put these guys at number 10. So
Yeah, you picked the wrong Brandon. I'm keep it honest with you.
Ingram,
Yeah.
You think all those guys
I
are
don't
better
know,
than Jaden
man.
McDaniels?
I think so.
Yes. Well,
I
maybe
did
not
like a
MPJ.
full top like 50.
Yeah, maybe not MPJ, but
So-
Yeah.
in terms of his impact on the game, but I think MPJ is not going to look as good as some people think he's going to look on the Nets.
He's not. No, he's gonna look.
No, I think he's gonna look really
I'll
bad.
say because I started this list with him in my top 10, and just I kept thinking about it. He just
Nah,
kept
that's
dropping
the
and
same
dropping
thing.
and dropping. So yeah, he's out of
Yeah.
it.
Y'all wanna run through everybody's top 10?
Yeah, let's run through
Yeah,
it.
you got it.
And I'll start off. I'll start us off at the top. Number 1. Contrary to everybody on this list, he's the only one. I'm the only one that has him listed number 1. Kevin Durant.
Because of his position. If we
Because-
counted him as small forward, he'd be the
yeah,
one.
he'd be 1 if he was a small forward. But I have
It's
Kevin.
canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I have Kevin Durant at 1, Jaylen Williams at 2, Kawhi Leonard at 3, Franz Wagner at 4, Amen Thompson at 5, Jaylen Brown at 6, Jimmy Butler at 7, Brandon Ingram at 8, Cooper Flagg at 9, and Asar Thompson at 10.
Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown at 1.
Oh,
Amen Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, Franz Wagner, Trey Murphy the third, Cooper Flagg, Jimmy Butler the second, Jalen Johnson, Jaden McDaniels, and Asar Thompson.
I have Jalen Williams at 1, Franz Wagner at 2, Jaylen Brown at 3, Kawhi Leonard at 4, Jimmy Butler at 5, Trey Murphy at 6, Mikal Bridges at 7, OG Anunoby at 8, Laurie Markkinen at 9, and Brandon Miller at 10.
I have Amen Thompson, Kawhi Leonard, Franz Wagner, Jaylen Brown, Jimmy Butler, Brandon Ingram, OG Anunoby, Cooper Flagg, Trey Murphy, and Mikal Bridges. We definitely will be making some amendments to this list, though.
Yeah, I debated Cooper
and
Flagg.
we're gonna kick it over to our resident game show host.
Yes. All right. So today, I don't know if y'all saw what I put in the chat. Today we are
did.
drafting number 3 overall picks. We're making a team, give a starting 5 and a 6-man, using only players who were drafted number 3 overall. I ain't like you cannot cheat.
I can't put all.
Nah, bro. You can reference it though. You know what I'm saying?
Are we doing individual or table versus
table
table?
versus
Table,
table? So I was
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to say we don't have to draft 20.
Nah.
24
nah.
niggas.
Table versus
Okay.
table.
Yeah.
I said you can. I
My
hope
fault.
y'all-
I want to pull
I
it.
hope y'all did look at. The
Yeah,
list.
I did some Googles. I
Okay,
had to do some
cool.
quick Googles.
I'll let y'all call it heads or tails.
Tails never fails. It's the most important coin toss in the history of coin
It
tosses,
is
man.
tails.
Oh, well, we will be taking Michael, Jeffrey,
yes.
Jordan.
Easy. That's
Okay.
a layup.
Where do you want to go here? 'Cause
Jabari Smith Jr. is available.
I do think the reason we lost last time is we didn't think about who to take when at the right time.
Reed Shepard,
Yeah.
Jabari.
Harden's
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, obviously.
I was thinking he probably makes the most sense. Matter of fact, we have to. 'cause they
Yeah,
can't-
we're
they
taking-
can't- they can't
Harden.
put Harden
We're
into
taking
it.
Harden.
Yeah, we got to.
Okay. So I'll take Harden.
I got the next one.
I would go because I think there's a drop off from at this position for number 3 overall picks. Can I make the call?
Yeah, you got it.
We're gonna go trust the process, Joel Embiid.
That's what I was thinking.
That's what you were
Yeah.
thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Embiid if they didn't.
Yeah.
I got Jordan and Embiid.
Okay,
Oh my
do
goodness.
you want to
We can end it.
fortify
now.
our backcourt? There's a,
What name are you thinking?
or the guy who was drafted the year before. Those are the two options I'm thinking of.
Nah, we gotta take.
Okay, we're gonna take Luka Doncic.
Ah.
Backcourt.
Okay.
That's
okay.
what I was debating.
That's what I was thinking. There's
figured-
there's some good PGs and
I hope
guards
y'all
that have
do
been
that.
drafted. I got one. I got
one?
another one. He's picked 3 of a very, very historic draft class.
Okay, yeah, I know. Go for it.
Jordan Brand athlete. We're gonna go Hoodie Mello at pick. Put him at small forward.
really?
We'll go Mello
Let's
at
get
small.
the better.
We're going Carmelo.
You want to go with the guy who was right there the year before Luka?
Yeah, let's go Tatum.
All right, we're gonna take Tatum.
Okay.
I like Melo.
Hey, I like Melo.
Oh, and it's a good
Harden.
I got a 4.
Luka.
Yeah, okay. So
I have
let's
a
A lot of people don't know he was the 3rd overall pick.
the front court.
I probably don't.
Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
We will take Pau Gasol at power forward.
That's not a
Yeah, that's a good one.
We're kind of running low on bigs here.
Jabari Smith Jr. still on the
I'm
field.
about to say,
be
man.
ass,
They
man.
got JSJ.
Be serious,
Yeah.
bro.
We're running low on bigs. I'm trying to.
Who's that? Who's that?
I know.
Warriors
Okay,
guy?
I know.
He won the championship with them.
But I don't.
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I
That's
don't
what
know
I'm
if there's a
thinking.
name better than that.
It's the troll.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
He was
I
the
think
third
I
overall
did,
pick.
like,
He was terrible.
bro.
Okay, I wouldn't hate.
Otto Porter Jr.
Otto Porter Jr. is available. Otto Porter,
There.
I'm trying to think. Is there
NBA
anybody
champion.
else?
Otto
Any like
Porter.
other fours you could play at the 4 that we're missing?
Otto Porter Jr.
Bro, you're not.
I want to say, gang, he's right there.
You're not funny, man. Nah, gang.
You want to call the big man?
Yes,
We'll call Al Horford in at our 5.
Okay. We got options here.
So where
We
we
got
at?
it.
We got MJ.
MJ at the 2.
Embiid.
MJ at the 2, Melo at the 3, Powell at the 4, Embiid at the 5. So we have a
Embiid at the
6-man slot, and we still have our point guard slot.
Point guard slot.
So I know a guy who was picked 3 for point guard.
Take Jaylen Brown.
He actually, funny enough, he probably wouldn't be a horrible pick here.
After what y'all just
I
said,
must say, we
man,
just clowned it. I ain't like history of number 2
Jaylen
picks
Brown?
would be.
We're thinking like
yeah.
Smart or something.
Because there's a guy at point guard. I'm trying to remember. Is there another? If there's another point guard better than him that was picked 3?
I'm not gonna lie. I know. You just reminded me of name.
Because he was super cold during a certain period of our lifetime.
Number 3, I think he was.
And I want to say I
Play for
believe
Charlotte.
not Charlotte,
No.
Utah.
Oh,
He was in best
I thought
point
he was
guard in the
another-
world
he was
debates at
another
some
name.
point. So
you know what?
I know that's fake.
I just
Is there anyone better than him?
that's what I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Am I forgetting number 3 picks at point guard? That
Marcus
was
Smart was
That's
number
a debatable name.
Wasn't he?
Marcus
I
Smart
don't think
was pick 6.
No, he's pick 6.
I'm gonna call it. We're gonna go Darren Williams.
Okay.
That's
You
fine.
okay, so we can go for our 6-man here, or we
No,
can
Gall's not the 6-man. Gall's not the 6-man because I think I know where you're going. Let's just go and get him.
I'm trying to think
Okay,
of
I'll
getting
split.
somebody.
Okay, no. I don't know which one of those 2 you like more. I have to Google it, but
Low key, I'm not gonna lie. We can low key table it and just get a center.
okay. So did you want to take the guy the other guy we talked about?
Yeah. Let's just double back and get Mobley.
Okay, that's fine. We'll take Evan Mobley.
Oh,
That's fine.
that's what I wanted for our 6-man.
We'll take it. So we'll
We
Um,
had Powell and Embiid. So I was
yeah.
on that.
6-man,
Bloodney.
6-man, 6-man.
I was hoping y'all would take Powell.
Jaylen Brown.
There's a guy better than Jaylen Brown. I feel like I'm
Is there?
forgetting.
There's a lot of guys, but
I'm gonna say there's better. I feel like I'm just forgetting like 90s guys right now. That would just even better.
That's
than Jaylen
the
Brown.
problem. I'm not-
I have a fun pick because I know he was a 3rd overall pick. He got drafted by the Warriors, pick 3. We believe Warriors.
Oh,
That'd be a fun pick. I don't know if he's the best guy to take in this slot.
they have a Luka Harden
your 6-man,
backcourt. We already won.
Yeah, it's our 6-man.
What? We are frying y'all. What are you talking about?
Who isn't frying y'all?
We have Evan Mobley and Al
We have
Horford.
Jordan.
We have Jordan.
Jordan. Like
Leah Gardner with Luka. Okay, hold on. Before we get into that, just pick him. That's fun.
just a fun pick because I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. We're gonna go Baron Davis.
Yeah,
okay, that's not.
that's a good pick.
So who?
For a
Baron Davis.
6-man, I like it.
That's a good pick.
Okay, we have like Dominique Wilkins, Chauncey Penny.
I know,
Penny was
Penny.
in-
And he
forgot.
was pick
Penny.
3.
Penny
That's
was
what
the
I was
name I
debating
forgot.
on. I was like,
Dude,
was he
I
4 or
thought he was
3?
picked.
Nah, we're gonna take
Yeah, he was
Penny
picked.
Hardaway.
He got-
Penny, that's a good
Yeah,
for,
that's a good pick. That's a
that's a
good
good
pick.
Okay, well, let's go
Chris
over the teams
Webber?
again.
All right.
So we have Darren Williams at the 1.
Michael Jordan at the 2,
We have Carmelo Anthony at the 3.
Pau Gasol at the 4,
Joel Embiid at the 5.
and then Baron Davis.
Like, we frying that shit.
Yeah, I ain't like we're not scared. Harden at the. We'll put him at the 2, I guess. We'll put Luka at the
Luka
1.
at the 1, Hard at the 2, Tatum at the 3, Al Horford at the 4, Evan Mobley at the 5, and then we got Penny Hardaway off the bench, 6-man.
Yeah, we're
Again, we
frying
y'all.
shit.
We're frying y'all.
frying
I-
you
I'm-
guys.
You mean to tell me I can go Darren Williams, Joel Embiid,
Bro.
PNR, and I got Jordan?
cast back to, what was it, 2020? What was
And
the
mind you,
what was the
Carmelo's
big-
Carmelo Anthony right there.
Carmelo
Hold on,
Anthony's
hold
on the
on,
wing.
What was the big that gave Joel Embiid so many problems? They had to trade for him, so he had to go big.
That is.
Al Horford. Ooh.
He did it to him.
Al
Do you know who Al Horford not giving any problem? Michael Jordan.
Bro, we're good. We not.
Bro, your backcourt is
It's getting fried.
Your backcourt is getting
You have no
fried,
POA.
dude.
No POA.
You don't have a single.
Jason Tatum.
Is your
Oh my
POA?
God, bro.
We're putting Tatum on Jordan.
He's frying him.
Okay,
We're getting
he's
50.
fried.
We're
Okay,
getting 50.
no. Pause. Tatum's on Jordan. Who's on Carmelo?
Carmelo. It looks like a
We getting
long
30.
two.
Hold on. Okay.
Long two.
So who's guarding Powell?
One of Mobley. Yeah, Mobley.
I ain't gonna lie. We putting Al Horford in a million pick and rolls. We put Al Horford in a million pick and rolls, bro. Good luck.
They just said they're not guarding Carmelo Anthony.
Like, what are we talking
he's
about,
not gonna
dude?
average 30, dude. Like,
I ain't like y'all.
not
Darren
guarding
Williams
our
has the
backcourt.
guard James
We're not
Harden.
guarding our
Michael
backcourt.
Jordan guards.
we have one
we're
DPOY. We have one
not
DPOA
guarding our
defense.
We made DPOY.
We're getting 2019 Harden and
I
like
ain't like who is Darren Williams guarding?
Bro, like we got strength though. Like
No,
we
we
just
don't.
like nothing for real, bro.
Bro, yo,
I'm,
act like
I'm funneling
Darren
you
Williams-
into Embiid, into
Yeah.
Jordan, and into Pau Gasol, dude. Like, what are we talking about?
I was gonna say, what's a better defensive front court? Embiid,
and he getting
hold
the whole
on,
game.
Embiid and Powell or Mobley and Horford? Who are you taking as a
Give me
defense?
Mobley and Horford.
Yeah, I said Horford already clamped Embiid before.
Bro, come on, bro.
All right,
I got
I'll say real quick. The names I wrote down some names we did not say. We did not say Dominic Wilkins. We did not
I
say
forgot
Grant
about
Hill.
that's a
and we
big-
didn't say,
Grant
we didn't say
Hill,
Kevin
good
McHale.
Oh, they gonna cook us for
Kevin
not saying
McHale.
Grant Hill.
when I looked at her, I saw McHale, but I was like, I don't think I'd take him over Powell. That's what it kind of
Yeah.
came down to me. Is I don't think I'd take McHale over Powell.
Hey, like, vote this team in the poll, guys.
Nah,
Why you gonna like juice it? You like what the heck?
Luka Harden
Vote the
backcourt
team that you
defense.
think
We're
is
gonna-
better,
we're gonna-
and if you don't think
I
the
think
team with
that's-
Michael Jordan on it is
I
better,
think we got
then
this one, Zach.
I don't know, gang.
Yeah.
Well, we will wrap it up there. Once again, thank you guys for coming out to the Right Read podcast. All of our links will be down below in the description. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, the whole 9 yards on every single platform. We appreciate y'all once again for coming by and rocking with us for this hour plus. And this has been the Right Read podcast.